ready for my car lead.
Okay. The podcast has officially started. This is episode 1 of the Occasionally Offensive podcast, where we discuss just about anything that comes to mind, and we are occasionally, maybe a teensy bit offensive once in a while, maybe sometimes. With me today is Carla and Carlos, the diversity hires, and I am Daniel. So that is where we're at.
We're looking for a black person to join our ranks as well, so we can get away with that.
We got to get Josh on here.
Oh, right, yeah. Blackest friend.
Actually, it'd be great to have him on because we're going to talk about Minecraft.
Chicken jockey!
Chicken jockey!
Have you seen the chicken one where they actually smuggled a live chicken into a theater and
yes,
just
I've
holding
seen
it up?
like 5 different perspectives.
I have been avoiding it.
No,
there's been like 10. Like everyone who has a phone there just uploaded it, and there's just like so many different angles. It's
but
just like 9/11. The new
movie.
angle just drops every day.
You know, that's something one of my homeschool group friends would do, like from 4-H, bring a chicken to the movie theater.
Dude,
How do you even sneak a chicken in? Like,
that's not hard.
He posted it on
put
TikTok.
them under your jacket. No one would notice.
Yeah, he put it in a jacket, brought it in, and then when that movie scene came up, he brought it out. He was on his friend's shoulder, and then he brought out the chicken, and everyone started recording him. But after that, they stopped the movie because they got too rowdy. They were throwing popcorn everywhere, which isn't cool, but I don't know.
Rowdy.
I feel like we get over it.
Rowdy at the
Everyone
Minecraft movie, guys.
yeah.
I love how the average age of people watching Minecraft is like 20.
Oh, what do you expect? I mean, it's a show that's a game that's
It's like
10 years
opposite
old.
of
People who played it when they were 15 are now 25. So
I know, but think about it. Like you go to a Deadpool movie and the average demographic is like 9 years old.
okay, to be fair, Deadpool 2 made some advertisements that they were joking, but they made it look like a kids movie. They're joking. People did not get the joke, and they actually brought their kids. So for the third one, they were no, please do not.
I thought they made a toned down one for number 2 for Deadpool 2, like a PG-13 rated one.
They might have, but
maybe
there weren't certain scenes that the first movie, like 5 minutes in, there's certain scenes just you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that.
Yeah. Can we talk about Snow White and how it absolutely bombed?
We could talk about Snow White and how it bombed. So I've been following the production of Snow White since probably like 2018 when they first had the dwarf controversy, where they were like, well, if we use actual dwarfs, they're going to be like, that's mean. Why are you using actual people with dwarfism, right? Oh, you can't use midgets. Oh, scary. That's bad, right? But then other people were like, okay, but you mean you're going to hire people who aren't that to play that role? Well, that's going to make the people with dwarfism mad because that community is already hard enough for them to find jobs, right? They shouldn't just be a comedy factor. This is the perfect role for them, right? So why are you taking that away from them? And then they're going to have like black dwarves, and then they were like, whoa, that's not cool. They were going to do diversity dwarves,
Danny Duncan's videos as a dwarf and stuff.
They saw Kiwa on there, like, you know what we need in here? Stinky. And that's not a racist joke. That's Kiwan's breath. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
That Danny
saw
Duncan
this post
sells.
Today where people were saying that Disney is allergic to hiring new actors, which I think is so true.
What? They cycle through actors so quickly. What do you mean?
No, like new actors in the industry, not just.
Yeah, they're kind of
Disney's
kind of known for hiring new people and making them famous.
I don't know. Well, I guess so, but Rachel Zegler was already famous before.
Well, on their sitcoms, not on their big. You're right. On their big movies, they only get big names. But I mean, that kind of makes sense. They're trying to make a big movie.
Yeah. Also, the actress, whatever her name is, the interview, she's like, "Oh yeah, we got away with the original plot. Basically, like, it isn't about her falling in love with a man who stalked her because that's crazy, and it's not 1937 or whatever anymore. We've done away with that." It's like, wow. Jeez.
Like,
And
okay.
then last I looked, it was a robber that replaced the prince.
Interesting.
I have no idea what they did. And then the CGI dwarves, dude.
Oh, they did
That's crazy.
CGI instead of
Oh, they just
hiring
that's
people.
even
Oh
funnier.
yeah,
I
they did
never watched
CGI
beyond that.
dwarfs.
Did
And
you
then
watch
the
the
thing is,
movie?
yeah. Who, me?
Yes.
No, I just saw clips of it. I just looked on YouTube for reviews and all this stuff because I'm really curious because I see memes about people bashing the actress on
Right.
Instagram. Apparently, uh, in the original, Snow White goes to the dwarf's house and starts cleaning up and everything, right? But in the actual movie, she actually hands the broom and stuff to the dwarf to have them clean up because cleaning is beneath her because because she's a woman, she doesn't have to clean or something like that. It's like, wow.
Isn't it usually the opposite?
Should be opposite. Jeez.
Interesting.
Hold on, let me check something. I want to try this podcast. I created a podcast channel, VC, in the Discord. I want to see if how it works with like people being able to be muted or not. Let me see. All right, so muted by default, and then I can unmute you. I think I can unmute you, right? Are you guys able to unmute or no? Okay, I cannot, but I want to give you guys the ability to talk, but I can't. Oh, I can. Okay, I just have to server mute and then unserver mute you. You're just muted by default.
Okay.
All right, cool. So that way, anybody who joins, because anybody can join and listen in, but the sounds are off and they won't disturb anything unless we give them permission to speak. I think, Carly, you should have the ability to give permission to people to speak. So if you just server mute and then unserver mute, they'll be able to talk. All right, cool. Now we're in our
So
sterile
talk
sanctum
about the
here.
elephant in the room, or I should say the plane in the room.
The elephant in the room? Is there a fat person around
I was talking about your airplane.
Nah, we'll save that for a future podcast episode.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sure it'll be adventurous. So
Yeah.
Well,
I thought we would talk about the state of Maine and their our governors clashing with the federal government. I know that's kind of old news at this point from like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That was still like 14 days ago.
That was so 14 days ago.
Can we talk about
what Fox News article? It's not going to let me watch it until I allow ads. That's just stupid.
So, have you seen the new plates we're getting for Maine?
Yes,
hideous.
Let's talk about Maine license plates.
Like there wasn't even like a vote on that. They just did it.
Yeah, they just said bye all our nice plates. So here's the thing. All right, this is weird. I don't know the history on it. I haven't researched this at all, so don't quote me on this. It seems like it's all of the left-leaning people who, for some reason, like the pine tree flag for Maine. You know that voting item last fall for changing the state flag back to a pine tree that it was 100 years ago. It's like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anybody who wants this personally. I mean, I'm sure there are people. Obviously, it's on the ticket, but I don't personally know anybody that wants that. And I saw some more left-leaning news talking about how it's actually the flag that all the Mainers use. You see it up everywhere. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I mean, yeah, you see them once in a while, but so now it's the license plates. They're copying the pine tree flag. So I don't understand what the thing is. Do they just not like the depiction of white industrious tradesmen on our current flag? I mean, it is a bit of a complicated flag. It's hard to read and see what's happening, to be honest. But
intense lore over.
Page doesn't exist. Great.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole entire thing about everyone just having to basically pay to have their license plate numbers intact and just put on a brand new plate is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to pay for it? Like, I get it, but you're cramming it down our throats. Like, why? I love the chickadee license plate a lot more than the stupid pine tree. It's just so bland and boring.
Okay, check out. I'm gonna send you a link. This they're showing this. You can also get a no tree, the NT plate. Literally, it's just says Maine at the top, vacation land at the bottom, and it's white. What? It's stupid, man. We're gonna have the lamest license plates. At least Vermont's are like green.
If the left has such a problem with white people and white things, why are they making the plate more white? That's the real question.
That's funny.
They got away the only colors of it on it. Like they just literally went from 90% white, and then it went to almost basically like 97% white now. Like
$25. $25 to keep your current plate number, not the type, just the number. That's so stupid.
You guys gotta pay. Why don't they just put it in your taxes?
Why don't they just not change it? Because there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, that's a good point.
That's the crazy thing.
Wait, why don't you guys just do what Florida does? Like, Florida has 1 billion different license plates that you can get.
Oh, we do right now, but they're getting rid of the chickadee default one and making it this stupid white pine tree with a star.
Is that the license plate that you have right now? Because I don't.
Yep.
The chickadee one is cool. It's like, hold on, can I? I don't want to risk like slowing the thing down.
You should share your screen to show the license plate.
Well, I want to see. I don't want it to mess it up, like screen sharing while recording. Let me see if it lets me do it.
Yeah. No, basically you can pay for different license plates. There's the Barbara Bush one. Which
it appears to be
working. A percentage of your registration or the cost, I forget, of your license plate goes to the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital.
There's the lighthouse one, which if you donate some money to preserving historic lighthouses, you get that plate. My dad has that one.
There's the the wildlife one, where you percentage goes to the Wildlife Foundation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the lobster one?
Oh, let's find it.
Isn't it like towards sea life or whatever?
Okay, there's the agriculture one, which is the one with the the orange across the top, yellow across the middle, people walking and stuff. You see, I'm sharing screen. Conservation, I've seen that one with the loon in a lake. There's the lobster, the Maine lobster, the Lighthouse Trust, which I think the Lighthouse Trust is one of the best looking license plates out there.
Honestly, should be default. Honestly, that one should be the default one.
Well, I get it. Chickadees are state bird, but lighthouses, we are known for lighthouses as well. Most photographed lighthouse in the world. There's the University of Maine and Maine black bear ones. I've only seen the animal welfare one like once or twice. Breast cancer, I think I might have seen that one once. I've seen the sportsman a couple times. The Barbara Bush doesn't look too bad as either. I've seen that one.
I have never seen a purple head. Purple heart, sorry.
I've seen a purple heart. I mean, they're very rare, but I saw one when I was working at Home Depot. I've seen a lot of the special veterans.
My dad has
veteran disability. I've never seen a Pearl Harbor survivor.
Me neither.
Although I don't suppose many people from Maine were deployed to Pearl Harbor. I've also never seen a Wabanaki.
Huh. Support your troops, that's uncommon.
In your state, yeah, I guess.
Wow. I've seen disabled veteran.
I hate the
veteran disability.
I've
never seen Medal of Honor. I think I've seen Gold Star once. Definitely have seen, obviously, motorcycle.
I just got that one.
I've seen coach. I've seen apportioned. I've seen the government, sheriff, and police municipal. So, yeah. I mean, they're pretty cool. Those are all the specialties. The default is the chickadee, which I don't think it's a bad-looking license plate. I think it's cooler than the lame Vermont just plain green.
Oh, or the Texas.
What's the color?
Texas is literally just black and white. That's
black. I was thinking Colorado was black, but
no. If you look up Texas, there's literally it's just black.
Colorado is white and green.
Vermont.
Oh, that's right.
Ugly. Vermont.
Yeah, it's just bright green. Disgusting. I mean, at least they stand out.
Bright green with white lighting. New Hampshire isn't bad.
Nah, New Hampshire's #1.
I'd say Florida, actually, with the oranges is pretty nice.
Yeah, Florida has a couple of options, so I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up the oh so controversial. Maine universities agree to keep transgender athletes out of women's sports.
Oh no, not this topic.
You don't want to talk about
the
this?
fencing? Did you see about the fence? I mean, are we going to talk about it or?
I don't care.
Feel like that should be a topic after we do the first episode, but
hey, we're 15 minutes in. They don't look this far.
Real.
I recently saw for that topic about the fencing girl taking a knee and refusing to fight the opponent. Wasn't there a newer one where someone took a knee and refused to challenge their opponent or something like that?
I don't know anything about that now. Let's see. Running list of probes. Funding cuts. Trump threatened Maine. They're cutting funding. Wow. Yeah, I don't care actually.
The tariff. What is it? 25%
tariff thing. Yeah, I've got a bunch of things to look at here. Oh, hey, Jason Bourne movie. There's gonna be a new Jason Bourne movie. You see that? Does anybody care whatsoever? Probably not.
No.
But I like Jason Bourne. I think it's a good franchise.
I just hear, oh my gosh, it's Jason Bourne. That's it. Dude, that's literally all I hear.
Jason Bourne. Yeah.
Jason Bourne.
Another reboot. James Bond as well. Isn't it James Bond?
Is it played by a woman this time or still a man?
Still a guy. Let's see. Wow, they don't like me visiting this site apparently. Let's see. James Bond. It really doesn't want to open. Amazon acquired it for $1 billion. That's crazy.
Dang.
Yep. Reboots. More reboots. Great. Taylor Johnson has secured the role of Bond. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Didn't he play Craven the Hunter or whatever?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Huh. I've never seen that, so I don't know.
I haven't either, but I just know that he looks familiar.
Oh, he was in the Fall Guy.
No, he's he's Quicksilver, I think.
You know, he does look familiar. Oh, he's in The King's Man. He's in... I'm trying to...
Oh, The Kingsman. That's like the spy movie we just watched, right?
Yeah, but this is Kingsman, The King's Man. It's the third one. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think I've seen it yet.
Third one?
Yeah.
We watched all three.
No, we watched The Kingsman. We watched Kingsman: The Golden Circle, which is the second one. This is Kingsman: The King's Man, 2021. Wow, he's been in a lot of stuff actually.
It sounds like we should watch The Kingsman because it's awesome.
TV shows? Have been any TV shows? Okay. I don't know any of Marvel Studios Legends. That's probably where you said he was Quicksilver.
No, he's Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, I'm pretty sure.
Oh really? I didn't see.
Look up.
I didn't see. Oh yeah, Avengers: Age of Ultron. Yeah.
Pretty sure he plays it.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, right there. Right
yep.
There. Picture, whatever, Romanoff.
Pietro Maximoff. Coolio.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I took my bike to work the other day, and I proved. My coworker said I told you so because I rode it in 18-degree weather. 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, the coldest I did was like
fun.
A 40-degree day. It was cold.
Yeah, it's only like 7 minutes away, but like when I got to work, I jumped off my bike as fast as I could after like doing the kickstand or whatever, and immediately went to exhaust to warm up my hands because my left hand was absolutely numb.
Yeah, yeah. It's not fun, honestly, and that's part of what. Even though I just fixed my bike, like I don't care either way if I ride it much more or not, because it's kind of impractical. It's like really fun in concept, and like, oh wow, better gas mileage, but then you actually do it, and you're like, oh, this is not very fun, and it takes a long time. You can't just like hop in the car, start up for 30 seconds, and go, and just put your stuff in the seat. It's like a process. You gotta suit it up, you get your helmet on, you gotta wear the right gear. Yeah. You gotta do something with that gear when you're at work. It's a whole pain.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's okay, guys.
Oops. I just made a very loud noise. I smacked my glass into the microphone boom. Whoops.
ASMR time?
ASMR.
ASMR.
Hi, my people. How are you doing today? This is my ASMR episode.
It's Nico Avocado back again.
No.
No, not Nico Avocado.
Oh, no.
Nico Gato Avocado. Minecraft, McDonald's.
I'm so willing to break my McDonald's streak to get a taste.
No.
I worked so hard, but dang, McDonald's works harder because it looks so good.
I just want the Happy Meal. The toy, that is.
Let's see. Jack Black was originally supposed to play somebody else. Okay, who cares? Yeah.
So Steve is playing just. The thing about this is that Steve doesn't have long hair.
All right, so if they dressed him up, if he did a voice acting of a character like he did for Bowser in the Mario movie.
Oh, he was great in Bowser.
Here's the problem. They focused on making a cash grab and making it all quippy pop references instead of making a movie that's actually a good movie. It's hard to put a finger on, but if you look at the Sonic movies or the Mario movie, right? Yeah, of course it is kind of a cash grab because of course they're making a popular franchise into a movie. However, those movies, they actually focused on make it an interesting story that stands alone. It's great for fans because there's plenty of Easter eggs in it that fans like and understand and find amazing. But it's also not so, what's the word for it? Like specific and clicky that your random adults or other people that are there because they're kids or whatever don't understand it. Right? The Minecraft movie did both those things terribly. I haven't seen it yet, but from what I'm hearing, it's very much like, oh, you have to know specific Minecraft lore to understand it. But also, they just straight up explained how to make a sword. And it's like, okay, this is stupid. Like, it's too on the nose. I don't know. Because you can make a good movie that's just a good standalone movie that's also a game franchise that makes cool references. Like Mario movie. Like, I didn't even get most of the references because I haven't played all the Mario games. But Josh loved it. Because he knows all that stuff. Or even Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Like, I've never played the games. I've watched limited videos on it. Obviously, I know about it because I'm a homeschooler. Duh.
Freddy's not too bad.
Everyone had that one homeschool kid friend that was like, guys, Bonnie the bunny.
Oh, no. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. 100%.
There's always that one, and Carla was that one.
Oh yeah, Carl is that one.
She still is, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Sorry guys, Five Nights at Freddy's is too good.
Too good, huh?
I think she has a thing for Freddy Fazbear. That's all I think.
But
is he made in China like you?
Made in China.
No, he was made in William Afton's basement or something. I don't even know. I don't really know the lore if I'm honest, but
wow, you're not a real fan. You're a fake fan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fake fan.
No, I knew one girl who was really into the FNAF lore. I'm not friends with her anymore.
I wonder why.
What I'm saying is there was a reason why no one was friends with her, but maybe that's a little too mean.
Wow. Oh, what other stuff did I have? We could talk about stock market, tariffs, JFK files, Ukraine.
What about JFK files?
Really.
The JFK files were released? Well, limited amounts of them. I mean, there was a lot, but very limited.
Wasn't there like 80,000 pages?
Yeah, like 80,000 pages, yeah. And a lot of them didn't have anything to do with JFK. They were just like things that were happening during that time period that may be somewhat tangentially related. Overall, I think it didn't really say anything too incriminating, because obviously they're not going to say that, but also didn't deny anything either. I mean, it is kind of crazy seeing the documentation like showing exactly what they were doing, talking to, I think it was the Miami Herald.
Yes.
Or Miami, was it Miami Herald or Post or something? Yeah. Like specifically saying, yeah, we're making friends with the people here to use them as an asset in the media. Because people say, like, no, of course the government doesn't have anything to do with the media. Like, you're stupid if you think that that the government's not involved in the media. Operation Mockingbird totally got shut down 30 years ago. 40 years ago. Totally doesn't still happen.
No, not at all.
Oh, Tesla.
No. Oh, no.
Tell me your thoughts on Tesla cars, Carlos.
They're pretty ugly, even before the whole Elon Musk political thing.
I think people are getting that, like, yes, Teslas are expensive, but not every single Tesla owner is rich. Like, you're putting graffiti on normal people's cars. That's what you're doing at the end of the day. Like, you're not affecting Elon Musk at all. You're actually affecting people who live a normal life.
Well, the funniest part to me is most of the people who buy Teslas, or bought them in the past anyways, were on the left-leaning side of things. Like the same side as the people who are now rubbing their poop fingers on it. Did you see that video?
No, I did. I saw several videos.
Fat dudes just... nasty, dude. That's chemical warfare right there.
Guys, notice how they're all fat. Okay, let's pay attention to the demographic of all these people committing these crimes.
The average blue-haired feminist demographic you're talking about?
No, I haven't seen a blue-haired feminist go up to a Tesla, open their pants, and then...
Okay, but like the male feminist, he's like the... I don't know how you describe that type.
Feminists, those are incels.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wasn't gonna say the word, but yeah, that's the word.
They're incels. That's what they are at the end of the day. I'm sorry, guys.
Carla, remember when you said in the chat, oh, we need some girly things in this podcast too? And I said, all right, list some. And Carlos said, women's rights and why it's a bad idea.
Oh, no.
Why we should repeal the 19th Amendment.
That was taken out of context.
Really? Interesting. All right. I've got, so this one's a little out of your wheelhouse, Carlos, but switching to, let me see, 28, 30. This is going to be about L3 Harris. I thought they were just a flight training place.
Oh, no, you didn't know they were an aerospace company?
Yeah, I didn't know that they made airplanes, too.
No, they're a huge aerospace company. It's just that their flight school is trash.
Clearly. But I didn't know they were the ones... Are they building it? No, they're just re-equipping it, right? Because AirTractor owns the rights to AirTractor, obviously.
I'm not what you're referring to, but no, they have flight school where they teach.
No, it's what. Look at my screen. I'm screen sharing.
You're screen sharing. That's the best part.
Are you guys familiar with the Skyraider?
No, but you're still not screen sharing, so I'm really confused.
I am though.
He is screen sharing.
What?
Woman moment.
Why don't I have the option?
Woman's right. What?
Like right now.
What are you talking about?
You're gaslighting me. You're not screen sharing.
I am though.
Carla, he's literally screen sharing.
I've been screen sharing for a while, like 25 minutes here.
No, this is what it looks like on my set.
L3 Harris delivers first missionized Skyraider 2 aircraft to support special operations.
This is what it looks like. Oh, finally. Jeez. No, you just didn't give me the permissions to screen share. I know you didn't do that.
Wait, Daniel, she
What?
was gaslighting
You
you.
can watch the screen share, no problem.
Now I can. No, look at what, guys.
You had the permissions the entire time. What are you talking about?
Don't piss me off.
Hey, language.
Language.
Huh? Watch your
Language?
profanity, weirdo.
It's called occasionally offensive for a reason, guys.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you get to do that.
Can we say it hard R or is that
Nincompooper.
Ninny face.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins. Alright, so the whole thing here is, Carlos, you're familiar with an AirTractor? They spray crops. They're really cool.
No.
They're the chemtrails that we spray over all of our plants.
Modernized chemical warfare on crops, yes.
Just make sure this audio is low. Ooh, okay.
You might get copyrighted for that.
Let's watch it fly. Come on. Give me some flying footage here. Basically, big airplane, one seat, big tub in it with a bunch of chemicals, and then you spray crops with it. Here we go. There we go. I want to fly one.
12. Looks like he's 12.
He does look very young to be flying an AirTractor, especially a 402. I'd like to fly one though. So, yeah, single seat, big airplane. The front is a big hopper, and then this is a light bar which shows you if you're lined up. Like, uses GPS to show if you're lined up over your spot or not, and you just fly rows back and forth. He's flying really high right now. What's wrong with him? You're supposed to be like 10 feet off the ground. Less than that even. Anyways, that's an AirTractor. The military just put in a bid for a contract to get buy some and have them equipped, apparently by L3 Harris, I didn't know that, to put like missiles on them, because they can fly a really long range because they can hold a ton of fuel, and they handle like a fighter jet, and the military can use them to support missions to fly like 1,500 miles, because fighter jets normally can't do that. They're very limited in range because they burn so much fuel so quickly, but this can fly a long ways and carry a ton of bombs and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
What are you getting at, Dave?
I'm saying we need to buy one, obviously. I really hope that when these are retired in, 60 years, that I'll probably be too old to fly them at that point. But when they're retired in 50 years, I'll be able to buy one and fly it around, because that'd be really cool.
Back in my day.
Yep.
Hey, you
Back
can't
in
be
your
too old.
day.
Okay, yes you can, but no you can't,
No, you can't. No, you can't. Oh, did you see the thing with JetBlue? The flight with the two kids in the landing gear?
Yeah, didn't you say there were girls? Or maybe not you, the article?
Let me refresh my page because they're blocking me because of ads. This is NBC News. 2 teens found dead in JetBlue landing gear.
Here's what I don't understand. How do they get on the tarmac to...
Wow, did you just say tarmac?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Wow. Are you like a little bit slow or something?
Yeah, actually, I'm not a little bit slow. I'm pretty slow.
Really? Yeah, stowaways. Stowaways on the gear.
How do they
Yeah, how did they get down to the controlled area into the landing gear in the first place? That would be the real question. Especially New York City to Fort Lauderdale. They're taking off from New York, so that's a pretty controlled area. Those are some of the most controlled airports in the world.
Yeah. Considering New York doesn't have a great rep with aviation.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy. 16 and 18. Jeff Anuluz and Elvis Borges Castillo. Elvis Borges Castillo. Yeah. I mean, I'd imagine if you slipped out that little door for, where they take your bag if it doesn't fit or whatever, and they take it down to the cargo area, you could get down there, but then they'd still have to have a ticket.
What makes people think that they should do this?
Yeah, also, don't you know airplanes fly high where there's no air,
Do you think
useful consciousness at 40,000 feet is like 5 to 10 seconds.
I don't think there's ever been a person to survive being a stowaway.
Oh, there have been a couple, but not on flights that high.
I just don't understand why someone would do that.
Jeez, 7:49 to 11:10.
Also, like, the trauma of the workers over there having to experience that.
Yeah, seriously.
Not cool, guys.
If they must have been way up in the gear drawers because they discovered them on land. It's not like they fell out when they put the gear down.
And they had to do extensive DNA testing to figure out who they were.
Oh, I didn't read that. Where was that?
I think it was at the top.
Oh.
It's quite literally in the title of the
article. Gotcha. Yeah.
I feel like you have to be very, I don't know, very broken to not.
Late January 6th. I mean, did they fall out when the gear went down? Is that why it was extensive testing because they went kind of splat? But then they wouldn't have found them in that case. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand. Also, did no one report like that they were missing? Like parents?
No, probably not. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. So that's that. Another note: beards for airline pilots. You know, Carla, just in case you wanted to grow a beard out. You know.
Put a girl on
it. Okay.
2025, a girl can have a beard if she wants to.
The bearded lady from what's that musical called?
I have an educational thing to say.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of PCOS?
No, we're not going there.
No, I'm saying some women who have PCOS.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a joke. Like.
No. God forbid a woman wants to say something smart, right?
You don't. What do you mean? You don't have anything smart to say? Jeez.
No, women with PCOS, depending on their symptoms, they can grow hair, like in abnormal places, like they can grow facial hair and stuff, which I think is weird. But if you have PCOS, you can't control it, unfortunately. It's just something that happens to your body. So.
You can shave.
True. But also...
So this is talking about how, you know, they generally require airline pilots to be clean shaven. Same with like military. Usually the argument is, hey, you need your oxygen mask to be able to seal properly to your face to give you oxygen. Or gas mask if it's the military. But the study shows that beards do not interfere. Now, I don't know what length of beard they tested here. Obviously, like my length is fairly short. I don't think it would interfere. But if you had a big bushy beard, like dirt tarred pilot there, that might be more of an issue.
With those people, please do not get me canceled.
Don't get you canceled? Aw, okay.
No hate towards that group.
We could be canceled all we want. It's fun. That's why it's called Occasionally Offensive.
Everyone has their own opinion, so please don't cancel me.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, so essentially, Embry-Riddle published it in the journal Aerospace Medicine and Human Performance. Interesting journal. Found no difference in oxygen saturation levels between clean-shaven pilots and those with short or long beards. Now, I don't know what they define short or long with. We'd have to actually look into the study for that and read it. But reading, we don't do that. We're pilots. We don't read. Yeah, they were never compromised. The oxygen saturation levels were never compromised, is what it said. It's interesting.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. This is 24 volunteers. Relatively low sample size, but hypoxia chamber simulating 30,000 foot altitude. Clean-shaven, short beards. Oh, there we go. Under about 0.4 inches. See, all I need to do is keep reading to be smart, but you know how pilots are bad at that. They don't read anything.
I think that's just a you problem, honestly.
Long beards over 0.4 inches. I don't consider over 0.4 to be long, really. Like 0.4. 0.4 inches is.
Some men are lucky to get to that.
It's definitely like a little. It's definitely a little bushy, but not big bushy. You know, it's like sticks out a little. Definitely increases the size of your face, but.
Oh, we're talking about beards. Okay.
Interesting.
What?
Carlos, you're safe from this, don't worry.
Yeah. All right, we'll switch to something maybe you care more about. Let's see. Japanese railway shelter. That's what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Wow, they can 3D print a house, but you can't even 3D print me an S2000 hardtop.
I could try. I can certainly try. Yeah, so basically they use their house 3D printer type of thing to print a train station. Like a train, not a whole station, but you know what I mean, a seat, a little shelter.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm. It took them, I think it said 6 hours. Well, they said it was just under 3 hours. The Japan Times said that it was 6. But in any case, I think it's a very good use for it, and it looks interesting. They use mortar, and it kind of, well, if anybody's familiar with 3D printing, it's basically fused deposition molding. Kind of the technology that it comes out of. I don't know if it's still called fused deposition molding, FDM, for concrete, but it just kind of goes around in a circle, lays one layer on another of concrete, like thicker concrete. You know, obviously it can't be really soupy stuff, and it dries as it goes. And that's a 3D rendering. That's not even a picture. What do you mean? They're gonna put a 3D rendering on here? That is not at all. I guarantee that's not at all what it looks like, because it's gonna have lines on it from all the concrete thing going around. But anyways, I think it's pretty neat. Did you hear about the United States astronaut that went to space on a Russian rocket?
I did. That just happened today, right?
I think yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so they were sending up a bunch of
Like
cosmonauts. What's that?
I was gonna say, I feel like we should change the podcast name to Current Events, because that's what it's doing right now.
Okay, I'm just trying to get stuff to talk about. Wait, I didn't open the article. What am I doing?
No, it's like
Fox News. 2 Russian cosmonauts and NASA astronaut Johnny Kim. Johnny Kim is definitely of Asian descent, probably Chinese. Here we go. Oh, that's gonna be very loud. Let me mute that real quick. Oh, great! It's gonna give me ads. Oh, thanks. Great. So yeah, I didn't know that Russia was launching rockets from Kazakhstan. I did not know that. That's pretty interesting. I kind of figured they were launching from somewhere in Eastern Europe, Western Russia, but didn't know it was Kazakhstan. I didn't know they controlled Kazakhstan, but guess so.
they sure did. Or do.
Ain't nobody told me. Roscosmos Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft docked to the International Space Station's Preacher module at approximately 4:57 a.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday. Is ET supposed to be Eastern Time? I feel like that could be wrong, but...
ET? Yeah, it's Eastern Time.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a different Russian thing I'm not aware of, but... So yeah, they had Roscosmos cosmonauts, which I think cosmonaut is pretty cool. I think that's cooler than astronaut, honestly.
Yeah.
Sergei Oh, that's a hard one. Rizikov and Alexei Zuritsky. That one's easy. That's very Russian. They waited for another hour and a half for the equalization of the pressure in the vestibule. And so, cool stuff.
Yeah, lots of cool things happen.
Hundreds of deceased Mainers are receiving EBT benefits. Gotta get that EBT card, bro. Gotta get that EBT card.
I saw that.
Which, I mean, that's not anything that we didn't already know. That's
very true.
Obviously. Yeah. Okay. What else we got here? Hey, FAA is gonna be getting rid of flight service frequencies. You hear about that?
I did not.
Yeah, this popped up today. I saw they have issued a notice of a notice of intent, stating that they are going to start shutting them down.
What's the reason?
They're not being used enough, I guess. 122 will open a flight plan for you. It's not going to happen anymore. So, I didn't realize flight service was from the 80s. Here we go. Established in the 1980s. I thought they were much older than that. I thought they were from like the 50s or 60s, personally. But, yeah. 936 frequencies. I don't think there's 936 frequencies. I think it's 936 stations is what they meant here. But
I think so too. I'm in agreement with your statement. I'm not sure.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. Okay.
Please.
I'm trying to think of what else we can discuss here. We were having such riveting conversation earlier.
We were.
I know. Sabrina Carpenter in Fortnite.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. What have you done?
I mean, oh yes, but also
no. Carlos decides to play Fortnite for the first time in his life.
I love Sabrina Carpenter. Y'all already know that.
Which is better?
Yeah, but you need to stop.
Carpenter.
She is a plague on society.
She's
Which
not.
is better, Carla?
Name one positive thing she's done for our modern society.
Been ads in Fortnite.
Wow, terminally online brained.
I love that. Literally. She's given us a lot of positions.
Okay, I was going to make that joke, but I figured I better not.
It's okay.
I was gonna say she's benefited some men who, in some ways. Although I would hardly call them men if they're attending those sorts of concerts with those sorts of women.
Please, you listen to Tate McRae. That's about the same amount.
What's wrong with Tate McRae? I don't know anything about him or her.
Yeah, you know who Tate McRae is. Don't even.
Yeah, I know who, but I don't know what.
Started out on YouTube, and now she's kind of similar to Sabrina Carpenter. They both have different skill sets for singing.
All I know is I've listened to a couple songs.
No,
I've definitely listened to You Broke Me First. X's. Yeah, I mean I've listened to some of these, but cut my hair when I was stupid. Yeah, okay, I've listened to a lot of these. But I don't know anything about her. What do you mean?
Yeah. She
was on So You Think You Can Dance at 13? Crazy.
She was very popular in the dance community, and then she started becoming famous on YouTube. Her song One Day blew up on YouTube. That's how I first found out about Tate McRae. And then next thing you know, she's got a record deal, and now she's a pop star.
Interesting. Tate
Yeah,
as a girl's
she's actually
name is
talented, though.
interesting.
Carl probably listens to JoJo Siwa.
She unironically loves JoJo's music. She would have been. She was the one
I bet-
person singing along when she was at like Disney or whatever.
Gay emo pop right there.
Listen, JoJo Siwa had so much potential until she cut her hair short.
Have you seen her hair?
I don't know if there was ever much potential there.
No, you should. She was
reminds
so
me
great
of like
at
the
her
worst
hair.
like Dollar General version of, I don't know, like Joe Dirt. You know Joe Dirt, that movie series?
No, but I feel like she kind of looks like that. What's that show that became popular in like COVID?
Dance Mom.
The
No,
Tiger.
not Dance Mom.
No, don't even go there.
That Tiger show.
I know what you're talking about.
The Tiger King.
Yes, she looks like the Tiger King now. And
That's
that's putting
crazy.
it in like a
She
friendly.
literally has a smoker's voice at age 20 or however old she is. It is
She's on Big
crazy.
Brother.
No thanks, I'm good. Pass. Hard pass.
Listen, if she's gonna come out as a lesbian, fine, but she doesn't have to be ugly. Like she's purposely making herself ugly.
Like at least be easy on the eyes like Sabrina Carpenter.
Seriously, guys, like. What is going on?
Karma's I couldn't.
You broke me first. So, what movies are we gonna go see?
Minecraft movie. I want to
Live
hear
action,
reaction.
dragon.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait. I know what we should watch. Don is releasing the first 3 episodes. Dude.
No.
Imagine the smell.
No.
The fan group. Imagine how many people are gonna cosplay as Ken Takakura.
I don't want to think about that actually. Oh man, I only got 20 minutes till I got.
You know what? I keep seeing all these cosplays of Momo, and they're very inaccurate. Okay, because our girl Momo does not look like most of these Momo cosplays. They're doing her dirty.
Momo's not on my 300-pound life.
You said it, not me.
Oh, how about the Honda and Nissan merger, Daniel?
Ooh, yeah. I don't think it's happening, is it?
So the thing was that Nissan filed bankruptcy and they're going under because sales.
What was that, like 2 years ago?
No, well, it started last year. Because the CEO at the time basically just like pushed.
He mailed himself out of the country in a box.
Yeah, that was one of the things, or something like that. Anyway, he pushed on agendas that would actually cost Nissan more money in the long run, and it actually wasn't productive. And so what happened was sales plummeted and all this stuff. And then there's a rumor that the Japanese government wanted Honda to merge with Nissan. But the thing about it is Nissan expected Honda to treat them as a partner, not like a little brother, not like one of their smaller companies, right? What happened was Nissan stepped out of the deal, and Honda said they would consider the deal if the CEO at the time would step down. The CEO just stepped down not that long ago, so it could happen again. The thing about it is if Honda gets their hands on like the Nissan Titans and Frontiers, they can actually produce a pretty decent truck, I think. The thing about it is that Honda doesn't have any money or budget to actually make a full, full frame vehicle.
Yeah, because they have the Ridge line, which is not body on frame. Yeah,
that's a unibody, not a body on frame.
Yeah, if Honda got into like a big trucker market, they would dominate.
Yeah.
Okay, if Honda I know they're waiting. They haven't released an EV yet. Or did they? Did they release like a hybrid EV?
They released the Honda E, if you look it up real quick.
Yeah, what was it called?
The Honda E, just like the Honda E.
Just Honda E. I mean,
Honda E, literally.
if you're gonna make a EV, just call it the E.
It's literally just an E. It looks like a really bad design Mini Cooper.
Oh, battery electric car manufactured by Honda, sold in Japan from 20 to 24, in Europe from 20 to 23. Oh, that bad, huh?
So they had this. It's pretty ugly.
I mean, yes, but also I think it kind of looks like the
it's
Civics.
A K car.
The Civics from the like 80s, you know? The 80s and
but
90s.
the thing about it, it doesn't have any mirrors. It has cameras for like rear.
Which I think is what you
mirrors.
should do on an EV for efficiency.
I guess. Then they released. So GM and Honda partnered up to make the EV Blazer and the Honda Prologue.
That's right, the
on the
Prologue.
same-
I forgot about the
same-
Prologue.
It's the same. It's the same chassis and same platform, just under different names. But GM has it.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. The ZDMX or something like that is Acura's, which is still a Honda. That's an EV.
It's just basically a Prologue, right? But fancy.
I don't know actually. I never actually looked into it because, like I said, EVs don't really excite me. They all look ugly.
It excites me if you do it right.
You could go and buy a Dodge Charger or whatever.
No, that's
That's
worse.
so
That's way
bad.
worse.
Nothing says I rob stores more better than a Dodge Charger, honestly.
Okay, jeez, hot take. Guys,
So
we do not associate with these opinions.
That's not what I'm alluding to. So
All these racist Asians
sounds
here.
like you guys are a little more
Yeah.
racist.
I mean, they're all racist, but like, some a little more than others.
Especially this one
Especially
right here.
Chinese.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Chinese EVs, they don't look too bad. You know, how much do you watch? What's the word? Rich Rebuilds.
Not really.
You don't watch him much? Okay. He made a video. This Chinese company that's starting to sell EVs in America. Some of them are hybrid. Most of them are full battery electric. They brought a bunch of YouTubers up to Alaska because they shipped these things over on boat from Alaska, from China to Alaska, and had them testing them out. And they're like, yeah, the MSRP on this thing is going to be like $30,000, and it's like way better than everything. It's like luxury car level, nice. And yeah, they look a little funky. Some of them looked cooler than others. One of them kind of looked like more like a Jeep, like a Jeep Cherokee or something, a newer one. I wish, dude, if we could just not try to overcomplicate it, make them all luxury. Just make a basic bare bones EV, obviously efficient and stuff, but like
Make it look nice.
But instead of trying to put everything on a screen where you have to, tap just to change where your vents are pointing, which is so stupid. Just give me the normal, like, twist it, move it vents. Give me the three knob heating cooling system, right? You got one for how much to blow, one for what temperature to blow, and one for where to blow, That's all you need. 3 knobs. If we could just go back to that, that'd be great. And I get it. They got to do the infotainment thing. So many people want that. But maybe I'm the silent minority that doesn't want that. But I just don't. Not the Moto Compacto in the back.
Wait, does it come with one?
No. I think they just
Dang.
put a photo of it in there.
Come on,
That'd be
you want
sweet,
Moto
though.
Compacto. Yeah.
I mean, it should. What's the MSRP on this thing?
I'd say like 60 or 50 probably.
47,000.
47,000, nice.
But then you can get 7,500 in tax credits, but that doesn't really do it for me. Touring, 51,000. Elite, 57,900.
Yeah, I'm good.
No thanks.
The Rivians.
Rivians
No
don't
one
look
talks
bad.
about them.
I like the Rivians.
No, they don't look bad, but no one talks about them anymore.
True. Well, I think I see them everywhere now, more than I see Teslas everywhere. Because Teslas are just like part of.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about Teslas now, but people don't know about Rivians, but they're kind of going everywhere.
Yeah, it's becoming popular for sure.
If Rivian made a compact car, because right now they have the truck and the SUV, and I get that that's the market they're going for, is the modern hipster who likes to explore the outdoors. That's their whole demographic. If they made a compact car, something that's like the size of my Civic, they would make a killing and sell it for, I don't know, $40,000 MSRP, $35,000 MSRP. It's definitely possible to get it down there. Just take out all the luxury stuff. I don't understand this whole thing that the industry has of like an EV has to be a luxury car for some reason. Like they think they have to sell the fact that it's EV by making it super nice. Like, you don't. The EV is the selling point. All of the other stuff you put on there, making it expensive, makes it worse. That makes it harder to justify. If you want mass adoption of EVs, make them cheap and simple. Because, believe it or not, they are cheaper and easier to maintain. There's way less moving parts with electric motor and batteries than there is with an engine and transmission. It's just a fact. And if you actually had someone like Honda or Toyota that builds good drivetrains and good overall cars and put an electric motor in it and made it just dead reliable and cheap, because, I mean, you take my Civic at 40 miles a gallon, I mean, you'd probably be able to pack quite a lot of range into that with not taking up too much more of the trunk space. People who buy that car aren't buying it to carry anything anyways. And your car's lighter. You don't run into the typical EV issues.
The thing about it is Nissan tried to do that with the Nissan Leaf, and that flopped pretty bad.
They sold a lot of Leafs.
Yeah, but they're junk. It flopped.
I would buy one. I would buy one for about
I would take the Honda E
$3,000
over that. They're still making them?
MSRP of $28,000. See, this I think is the right way to go about it, and they actually look pretty cool. All right, you're gonna make fun of me for saying they look cool.
Ugly. They're ugly.
All right, the old ones with this like lump in the front, right? That looks goofy. I get it. I actually kind of like this look. I think it's kind of like the old Volkswagen Bugs. I'm not saying it looks like a Volkswagen Bug. I'm saying like it has the same quirky appeal as a Volkswagen Bug.
They literally just dropped the Versa on a battery.
Yeah, but if you look at the newer ones with these little like cooling fin wheels, you know, they still got that weird stubby nose, like Versa look. Yeah, but they're not that bad, honestly. I think, man, if they just look cooler, you're right. If they just look cooler. But 147 to 214 horsepower, I mean, that has some get up and go because you got all that torque instantly as well. But the problem here is the range. 149 miles. Generally, you're talking about 100 miles, realistically. Yes, that's plenty for 95% of Americans to drive around to work and whatever else. You drive, what, 20, 40 miles a day? You charge overnight on your 110-volt wall outlet or 120-volt. It's fine. But most people see that, oh, I can only go 200 miles. I can only go 150 miles. That's not going to work for me. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Part of it is people's mindset needs to change. But, yeah, I don't know. I think that's a pretty decent price. $28,000. That's hard to beat. That's really hard to beat. Here's new Mark Motors for $26,000. MSRP of $38,000. Where'd they get that MSRP from? Because this MSRP says $28,000 and they're selling this one for $38 MSRP. There's no way. An older one. Oh, here we go, dude. $2,800? Dude, maybe I'll buy an EV. $1,300? All right, is it totaled? Hold up. Look at this banner.
Lifetime oil change. Nice.
Is this a scam?
No way. That's too funny.
Probably.
Oh man, is Daniel about to get in my car? He's gonna make 2 big purchases within 2 days.
Oh man, I can't believe that. That's hilarious. No, that's not even a big purchase. $1,300. I mean, yeah, okay, it's kind of big, but like it's not that big.
Your bike was more than that.
Yeah, dude. Like that's. Yeah, way little. Like, that's easy. 81,000 miles on. I wonder how bad the battery is. What are view details? Lifetime oil changes.
Okay.
Let's see.
EVs don't get.
Okay. 75 EV mile range, one new. So one new, it's got 80,000. Let's assume 1% per year degradation. You're probably talking. It's 2013, so 10 years.
A little bit over 60.
Yeah, you're talking probably realistically 50 miles of range. In the winter here, maybe like 40 to 50. Finance for $19 a month.
$19 a month.
Can you get Klarna on that, please?
No way. No
Trade
way.
in value. Add a vehicle.
Kelly Blue Book says 2743. Dude. Super black exterior. The paint looks pretty good. Look, it looks shiny. Dude. That looks pretty nice. Look a little dirty. It's been sitting in a lot. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's been totaled. When I first saw that price, I was like, there's no way it had to have been totaled. At $2,800, and then it dropped down to $1,300 when I clicked on it.
Their body lines are just all over the place for that little thing.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not saying
we can
that
do what Wisdom Diesel does and do like the.
Oh dang! I gotta go to my class in just a second.
Yeah, boo.
Boo! I know, but I'm gonna have to leave it on this. This is hilarious. Look, the interior leather seats, and they don't even look bad. The steering wheel's in good condition.
I don't even have leather seats in my car.
Leather seats suck. Cloth is superior.
It's crazy.
That's true, but vinyl is the most superior, I think.
I have a 2016 RAV4 XLE, and what I think is crazy is that when I back up, it doesn't make a noise. Not that it has to. Like, shouldn't my car be beeping at me if I'm about to hit something? Like, that just.
Unless you have sensors.
It's called using your eyes, but I know that's difficult for you. Dude, 72 month finance. 72-month finance on the $1,300. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, I'd be interested to see this video.
I just know someone's gonna put like a $200 down payment on it and then pay monthly on it after that.
To show you the
2013 Nissan Leaf SL.
Environmentally friendly, affordable family car. Isn't
Family car.
Really feel good about driving.
I mean, dude.
Zero emissions plus zero gasoline equal more green on the road.
I mean, you see a car for $1,300. It's like, oh, that's totaled. No, like that is literally scrap price. I'm gonna save this for later because
in our next podcast episode, we're gonna review this new 2013 Nissan L.
new to us.
New to us.
You go half seas.
Oh, here we go. Dealer disclosure.
We'll go. No.
Oh, hold on.
It's cheaper.
Sales tax, title, license fee, registration fee, dealer documentary fee, finance charges, emission testing. Come on, emissions testing fees. Come on. And compliance fees are additional to the advertisement. They put that on everything, I'm sure. But just like I'm sure they put the free oil change included on it, on every single one of them. But still, heated mirrors, dude. Heated mirrors. I don't even have that. Fog lamps.
Spoiler.
Fog lamps. I don't even have that. Automatic and automatic LED headlights. That's crazy.
You're kidding.
It has a spoiler. It's a race car.
Rear spoiler. Is that really a spoiler?
It's a rear spoiler. You got a race car.
I wouldn't really call that a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. I'm sorry. That's a built-in lip to the back of the car.
This is coming from a fan that has his own mini spoiler, though. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's got a lot of nice stuff.
Why is this car better than my car?
Dude, I mean, there's no way this is not a scam.
It has stability control. Jeez.
This has to be a scam, but I'm honestly down to figure out if it's real or not.
It says batteries fair, charge discharge is expected, some decreased efficiency, relative reflective of age. But yeah, I mean that's, dude. 4-wheel disc brakes. It's literally better than my car, dude. Now, of course, I could really only drive it to one of my jobs because the other ones are all too far away. I wouldn't make it. But, satellite radio.
This would be the fun car.
Dude, seriously, you got a 150 horsepower, same as my car, but like you get the torque. Anyways, well, cool. With that, I think I'm gonna have to end the podcast here, guys. But this has been a fun first episode. I hope we have more people and more fun next time. And I don't know when I'm gonna upload this. I mean, it's currently the 11th, 4/11.
You should upload it on tax day.
We should do it on 420.
No, but that's
hopefully we'll have a second episode by then. It would be cool if we did this every week, recording on Fridays, but I'm not sure that's gonna happen.
No, we should do an Easter egg.
All right, I really gotta go to my meeting though. So.
All right.
And get food. See ya.
See ya. Bye.